Hi, Conor. It's lovely to see you here today, and thank you for coming to have an interview with the Oxbridge Formula. Do you
No.
want to tell me a little bit about yourself?
Hey, so yeah, my name's Conor. I'm a second year biochemistry student at Trinity. I live in London. Yeah, don't know what else just to say
Cool.
about.
No, that's fine. Yeah. So I'm also a second year biochemist, so me and Conor know each other quite well. But yeah, I just thought it'd be really cool for you to talk about Trinity today. And one of the big questions people ask is like, how do you choose your college? So how did you choose choose Trinity?
Yeah, I think I had a kind of quite a methodical way of choosing. I kind of just looked at all the college websites and just kind of looked how many tutors they have for biochemistry, and so I just wrote down all the ones that had more than 3 or 4, I think it was, on a list. And so that was like Trinity, Brasenose, St Anne's, I think, and stuff. Uh, and so yeah, so on open day I went around visiting them. I initially actually was kind of more interested in the modern colleges because I kind of thought that they would be more likely to have nicer facilities and stuff. But I went around a few of like the older looking colleges as well and realised they're like just as good for facilities as well. So after that, I kind of realised I actually liked the older colleges more because they're like the pretty lawns and that as well. So let's see, like I was as soon as I saw Trinity, I was like, this is like really, really nice. And I was kind of stuck between Trinity and Brasenose because they're both really pretty colleges. But I really like the space and the lawns and stuff in Trinity, so I settled on that.
So what more modern colleges did you look at originally, or like were you thinking of looking at?
I think I looked at St Anne's and St Cat's, and yeah, they were nice, but yeah, they felt like a lot more like all the other unis I've been to. Like they remind me a bit of like UCL and stuff. So it is nice, but I think the other like Trinity and stuff gives off real like proper Oxford vibes, and it's kind of intimidating in one sense, but at the same time, like it's so beautiful. So, and I feel like really at home here as well. So it's nothing to like worry about. And yeah, and it's just like amazing having like formals and stuff in like the big halls and stuff. It's definitely worth it, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. Um, so if you had to pick one thing that's like your favorite thing about Trinity, what would it be?
The lawns definitely they are so incredible. Like they're really well kept, and the quad at the end of them is so stunning. And like we're like allowed to like sit on the grass and stuff, and like and just make whatever, like just use for whatever we want. So like especially Trinity term, the summer term, we would like sit on the lawns, have like a drink, do some work, and just have fun. And it's really beautiful. Like it's a bit of a shame. Like this year, obviously, we haven't been able to have everyone in college and stuff, and also we've got like building works going on at the moment. But last year it was so pretty. Like we would sit, we would well attempt to do work, and we'd end up just sitting outside having fun all day. But it's so pretty.
Do
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's definitely
fun
the
stories. Yeah, no, I mean, I remember when I came to open day to Oxford and I walked past the back gate that's
yeah.
like near South Park Road, sort of. Yeah, and you're looking through that gate and it looks just insanely beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember coming to open days and like having my lunch on the lawn there, like just like a meal deal on the lawn. It was so nice. Have
yeah.
you got any fun stories from last Trinity? Any like, did you play like ball games on the lawn or any like fun
Um,
stories?
I don't know actually. I mean, there's definitely been a lot of fun times there, but I can't think of anything. Now we have like a lot of fun in Trinity. Yeah, we like yeah, most people don't take themselves too seriously, and everyone's up for like having fun stuff. Yeah, sorry, I cannot think of any particular story at all. Though, sorry.
No, that's all right. That's okay. Talking of like really enjoying college and I suppose like being inclusive and like everyone getting along with everyone, what would you say like the equality and diversity is in Trinity? Because obviously that's like a really important issue, especially at the moment. So like, how would you say it is?
I think for Trinity, Trinity is definitely viewed as one of the kind of very old-fashioned, not progressive colleges, which has been true in the past. And like, well, we've got a very small student body. We've got like 80 people per year, and diversity within the year, especially my year and the year above, isn't really great. Not gonna lie, but we have like a newish president. I think she's probably in her second or third year now, and she's been like really progressive. She's really lovely, and she's definitely pushing for a lot more inclusivity and diversity. So definitely on the up. I'm the BAME rep, which is Black, Asian, Minority Ethnic rep for our student body, and I'm involved in college, and we're pushing for like great like quite a lot of changes actually within Trinity to help like combat racism and stuff. So we I'd say in the past and what Trinity's reputation might not be the best when it comes to these kinds of things, but it's definitely reassuring that we are doing a lot of things to combat that.
Can you give me, I don't know if you're allowed to, but if you can you give me any insight into initiatives you've personally been leading in the BAME community?
Yeah, well, we're very early on in the talks, but we're getting a new building, and we want to make spaces for artwork and stuff from BAME artists, and trying to get like BAME alumni involved as well with that. So I actually can't think of the rest of the stuff on the top of my head. But like, yeah, we're definitely pushing access more as well for BAME students.
That's really good. What about access in general? So, for example, like state school students, do you reckon there's a lot of encouragement for them to apply to Trinity too?
Yeah. So I think if you look at the access reports for our year, second year, when we were in first year, Trinity was like by far the worst college for state school applicants, which is quite bad. And not gonna lie, if I had known it'd been that bad, I probably wouldn't have applied here. But that, and then compared that to the access stat this year, and we're still not the best, but I think we've jumped from like being like the worst college to like maybe somewhere in the middle, and maybe somewhere a little bit down below. But from what I've heard from the access team and my tutors and stuff, the incoming students for this coming October is even higher percentage of state school students. So again, Trinity is like definitely like massively on the up for state school intakes and stuff. I went to a state school myself. I didn't notice I haven't like had any particular bad experiences. Like, I'm sure every uni has like some like has a large proportion of private school students, and it can be noticeable at times, but honestly, it's nothing to worry about, and I don't think it should put people off applying to specific colleges.
Yeah, and I think that was also good because it shows that Trinity is like willing to change and like grow with the times, and by encouraging, well, it clearly seems to be working that they're encouraging more state school people to apply, and that's promising, isn't it? Really, yeah, really important. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit more practically. What are the facilities like at college? Maybe talk about the library first of all.
Yeah, Trinity's got really, really good facilities. The library is like the library itself is really beautiful. It's really nice to work there. It's got like a high bookshelves, like old books, and it's really like a cool environment just to sit down and work in. We've got free printing, which I know a lot of other colleges don't offer, and which is I mean, I don't really ever print anything out, but I know for like a lot of my friends, it's really, really useful. So yeah, we've got free printing. We've got washing machines. We used to have to pay for that, but there's like definitely enough to go around. Like only like a handful of times, maybe across 2 years, would like be no machines free. Whilst that includes facilities.
Is your bar 24/7? Not bar, library 24/7.
Yeah, 24/7. I've definitely made use of that, and with most of my essays due in line in the morning, I might start them at like 2 in the morning or something. But
But at least like the 24/7 library like allows you to do that. I mean, you may be so tired the next day, but at least you've done it, I guess.
Yeah.
And is there anything like about the Trinity Library that's like I mean, I don't know if you know about other college libraries, but anything that stands out to you is like really cool or something?
I mean, like I haven't been to many other colleges' libraries, so I'm sure quite a lot of them are like this, but they're just so beautiful. Like they've got like they're just so historical. Like they're very old and just beautiful, and they've got like all the portraits and stuff as well, which I guess could be slightly intimidating, but you do get used to it, and sometimes you do sit back and you just say like, wow, this is like so pretty here. But yeah.
And are there any like fun library stories? Like I was talking to Matt Hamilton before about Oriel, and he said that somebody got stuck in the library for like an hour, and like while trying to go to the toilet, and that was just quite funny. Have you got any like funny library stories, or any times where you've like, I don't know, fallen asleep in the library and woke up like hours later or anything?
Oh, you know, I've taken many naps in the library, and I've been doing my all-nighters and stuff. No, there's some stories, but probably best not to be said here.
That's very fair. What about your college bar?
Yeah, the college bar is really nice. It's it's quite cozy. It's not like small. We have our BOPs down there, which are the parties for like the whole college, and yeah, everyone can fit in there fine. But it's still quite a nice kind of cozy environment. Got like a pool table, snooker table. I don't know which one. I think it's a pool table, table football, and like a jukebox thing, and like we have BOPs and ENTS events, so we have like open mic nights and karaoke nights and stuff. And it's just a good laugh, and like the drinks are really cheap because I think they're like subsidised or something by the college, so you can get pints for like £2.50, which I know where I live is like it's unheard of, really.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's so good. And I was going to say something about the bar. Oh yeah, when I came for the open day to Trinity, I looked around because obviously it was a very big favourite of the family. And it's like in a crypt, or isn't it like underground?
Yeah. It's downstairs, which is not exactly the best for accessibility, but it's really nice.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Like there's only stairs down, no lift. But I think from what I kind of heard behind the scenes, I think in the next couple of years, there's going to be some like revamps going on. I think they might be putting a lift down to it, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Okay, that's cool. But it's like, I suppose it's like a nice, like you said, nice cozy atmosphere. And I suppose it's quite different to other bars. For example, like Somerville Bar is like a terrace bar, and it's like very, those are glass, it's very light, etc. I mean, not at night time, but you know. But yeah, like the one at Trinity seems completely different, which is really cool, and it shows that the college bars do vary from college to college quite a lot. And yeah, I definitely want to come on to talk about events like BOPs and open mic nights, so we'll definitely come on to that after. What were you going to say? Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, I was going to say, yeah, I definitely want to go around other colleges' bar. I got into it a little bit in like in Hillary term second year, and like now I'm kicking myself. I haven't made the most of going to like other colleges' BOPs and bars and stuff in my first year at uni. So.
You can come further. Come to Somerville.
Yeah.
Have you got any other like special facilities or things that other colleges don't have? Like I know some colleges have cafes, and some others have like tuck shops and just random things. Do you have any like cool extra facilities?
Not like that, I don't think. So yeah, we're really centrally located, and we've got quite a small student body, so I feel like we probably don't really need those things. Like my room this year, like Tesco, is literally like a 2-minute walk away. So if I want to get something out,
so good.
So I'll go there. But well, we've got a temporary building on the lawns because there's a like refurbishment. Like they knocked down a building next to the library and stuff. So we've got like an extra workspace, which is it's not very aesthetic on the very aesthetically pleasing on the outside, but inside it's actually really nice. And it's got printers and stuff there, and it's really well lit and actually a really nice place to work in.
Oh, that's really cool. What about your dining hall? What's that like at Trinity?
Yeah, dining hall is really nice. We love formals here. We have 3 formals a week, which are like kind of, well, they're formals, but they're actually quite informal. Like you literally just throw your gown over whatever you're wearing. Like generally will go in my trackies with a gown just thrown over the top, and and it's like a 3-course meal, like served like waitered as well, and that costs £4, I think. So that's on that's, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays, and so yeah, we get, like, there's no obligation to go to them. I generally go to once on Monday because there's like a weekly steak and brie. So every Monday the menu is like a brie starter and steak for the main, and they're really good crack. And then we'll go to the beer cellar downstairs after and have a laugh. Then on Fridays we have guest night, which is like the proper like posh formal. So that's like 20 quid or something. And that's like a 4 or 5 course meal served as well, which I might go like maybe once a term or something with one of my parents or something. We definitely need to go as like a friendship group or something, because it would be good fun, I think. But.
That's really cool. And do you wear gowns for both those types of formals?
Guest night is just like kind of formal wear, like suits or whatever. It's not like a strict dress code, but it's not gowns. It's just suits. And like I don't know what you actually say. Sorry, I've always just worn my like.
That's really cool. It's really interesting because at Oriel they have formals every day, but like they have to dress up for them. So they still wear dresses and suits with their gowns, and then they have like the special formal separately, and also dress up for that too. So I just find it really interesting that you have them every day and dress up for them. That's really cool.
Yeah, no, I think it's I think it's good because it doesn't because there's no obligation to attend like the Friday guest night at all. And so I think when you do go, it's really special because like the other formals don't really dilute from the experience. Because like maybe if you went to like a proper dressed up formal like every other day, it would kind of lose its meaning. But when it's once or twice a term, and to be fair, like some people do go every week. I just I don't want to spend 20 quid at dinner every week.
Yeah, that's quite expensive. What is the food generally like at Trinity?
Yeah, the food at Trinity is peng. It's so good. Like honestly, out of all the other colleges I've been to, it's definitely like best. Actually, Somerville, I really liked the food when I went to the Bay Informal there. So that was definitely up there. But like the Trinity, the food at Trinity is consistently like elite tier, I'd say. For lunch and dinner, like non-formal dinners, there's like probably 10, 12 choices of food, and like that. Yeah, it's just such a nice mix, and it's always just really good. It's really cheap. It'll be like £3 for like a main course dinner. And breakfast and on weekdays, and brunch, which is like 10:30 to 12:30 on the weekends, is really good. Classic hangover cure. But, it's like it's super cheap. You can get like a full English breakfast with everything you want for £2.50, and and it's kind of like you just pick what you want. So if you don't want like scrambled eggs, then you can just pick everything other than scrambled eggs, and adds up to £2.50. It's really nice. It's a really nice way to start your weekend after you've had like a heavy week of work or other stuff.
That sounds really good. I think like having good food is really important because obviously with the Oxford workload, you don't always want to go to your room and cook, and you just So having that available is really, really good. And is there like vegetarian options and things, or vegan options?
Yeah, there's always. I think I'm sure they stick to like kind of like a specific number, but like I think there's like I always kind of, I'm not a vegetarian or anything myself, so I don't exactly like pay attention that much to it. But I think out of the 12 options, there's probably always a good 4 or something that's vegetarian. Maybe 1 or 2 of them are vegan. I'm like currently in the process of pressure, not pressuring, but kind of working with college to introduce halal meat into like at least 1 or 2 options maybe of halal meat into their choices, because so hopefully that will boost our kind of appeal to any Muslims thinking of joining Trinity.
That's really, really good. And what's like a typical, if I was going to say, give me a menu of your life, like an example menu, can you give me like examples of meals that or maybe at lunchtime and also at dinner time?
Yeah, well, yeah, the choices for both are pretty similar, but like this just so much choice. Like, I mean, I think like some of the classic ones are like there'll be like stir fries, like chicken, like chow mein or something, and there'll be like like a turkey a fillet, like sausages and stuff. Like there's just so much every day. I'm like I'm not like a picky eater, but uh, like I'm kind of in the middle, I'd say. But there's always at least like 4 or 5 things that I would be like happily eating. Like it is a struggle sometimes when you get to the top of the queue and you see everything and it all looks delicious and you just don't know what to pick. Yeah, and then like for the kind of carbs, like you can mix and match. Like if you want like chips with your like noodles, like then that's fine. Yeah, but yeah, it's really good, really cheap, really nice, and such a wide range of choice. So it's really good.
So how many choices would there be per day? Like so if I was going into dinner at Trinity, how many different options would there be? Because you mentioned 12. Is that like on
Yeah.
rotation or is there like 12 every day?
No, like as in like 12 different, maybe not 12, that's maybe a bit high, but like definitely at 8, 10 maybe, I'm not sure. Like different choices every single meal time. So even like between lunch and dinner on the same day, it's still like different choices. Like some of them might be the same. And sometimes I think that they might use like leftovers from formal from the night before or something. But so like on a Tuesday, you'll like steak will normally be on the menu for the regular dinner. But yeah, like yeah. Sorry, I should say the like the formal menus are set, so you don't have a choice when it comes to the formals, other than like a vegetarian or option, like a pescatarian option or something. They're very flexible for that as well. But that's generally set menu. But yeah, the self-service dinners, like yeah, 10 options that change every day.
That's so good. That sounds really, really good. Because
Yeah.
at some of it, like we just have like one main and like one vegetarian, like that. You don't get like that much choice. So that's really cool. So I'm going to take time really quickly to talk about the Oxbridge formula. So here at the Oxbridge formula, we offer a variety of in-depth courses, both online and intensive summer courses and half-term courses, aimed at those who want to apply to Oxford and Cambridge. So you can visit our website, the link is in the and you can go here for some advice on admissions tests and for some interview prep. And you can also look at some blog posts written by students for students to give you a good insight into life at Oxbridge. Okay, thank you, Conor. We'll come back to this now. So accommodation at Trinity. Can you sort of talk about, I guess freshers accommodation is really, really important because I think it's nice to know that if you're going there as a fresher, like you've got other people that you can talk to when you're near to freshers, etc. But also in future years, do you ever live out or etc.? Just talk to me about it.
Yeah, so Trinity guarantees all like accommodation for all years of your course. So yeah, so for me, like 4 years guaranteed. First and second years live on site. Third and fourth years live off site, which I know is a different way to how most colleges do it. But I actually think it's a really good system because it means like first and second years can become like really close. So like obviously you start with your college parents at the start of Freshers Week and stuff, and like you can have you make friends with the years above and stuff, and then once you get to third and fourth year, then you're still also living together. So there's like a really tight bond between in between years, which I think is really good. Like for the actual accommodation, so with first years, they all live kind of on one side of college, near like the front quad. And like the rooms are all really nice. Like there's not a bad room. Like obviously some rooms are better than others. There's like a fair amount of welfare rooms. So for whatever reason, you might need like a ground floor room or like an ensuite. There's like more than enough to go around. And quite often there's more welfare rooms than are needed. So like someone who would just be having a regular room ends up with like a double bed ensuite room, which is pretty good. My first year was like massive. It was literally 3 rooms. Like I had a little bedroom, like a living room, and a kind of other room for like where my sink and wardrobe was. It's insane. And yeah, so all the rooms are really nice. Next year, for third year and fourth year, I'll be living out in North Oxford. It's like maybe a 20-minute walk, but I don't have a bike yet. Hopefully she'll be getting one soon. But I think it was like a 5-minute cycle back to Trin and in Central Oxford. So it's not too far and stuff. And I feel like, especially when you're doing finals, you have like the kind of peace because you're not in the middle of the city and stuff. So it's I think it's a really good system for Trinity.
Yeah, I think that's nice. And it's good that it's college owned, I suppose. So you don't have to go out and organise your own rent and bills and things.
Yeah.
So I suppose that it takes the pressure off there.
Yeah, and
Which is
also
good.
for the third and fourth year accommodations, like it's 9-month leases, so you don't have to go home or move all your stuff out for like the Christmas and Easter vacation, which you do in college because for first and second year in college, because they host like a lot of summer schools and conferences, so they rent out the rooms, I think, so you have to move everything out at the end of every term, first and second year. I think that happens to most colleges, though, to be fair. I'm not 100%. Yeah, third and fourth year.
Does that mean that third and fourth years can like stay in college throughout the Christmas vacation and Easter vacation?
Yeah.
That's good, so you can still revise for your exams, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And like library and everything is still open. I think, our library's literally open like 365 days a year. So on like the odd chance that like someone might be there over like Christmas and stuff, like you can literally still use all like the college facilities. It's really good.
That's so good. And is it like, are the rooms designated by like a battle system, like put in rank of random number generator?
Yeah. So for first year, I'm not sure how they work it out, but like I think they kind of they mix people mostly, and then I think they keep maybe 1 or 2 people from each subject close to each other. So I was last year I was living next door to one of my other biochemistry mates, and then other than that, everyone was just like a really nice mix of people in the rest of the staircase. For a second year, so second year ballot is separate to the third and fourth year ballot, which is put together, but they're both just like randomly pulled out of a hat. So it's not like done on your like grades or like a reverse kind of ballot from the year before. It's completely random, but like all the accommodation's so nice anyway. So like I'm sure people would have their preferences for like which specific flat they want to live in or something for third and fourth year, but it's it doesn't really make much of a difference. So I should say the third and fourth year accommodation is generally flats of 3 or 4, so you can live with your friends, and every flat has like a kitchen and stuff as well. So yeah, that's like, it's a really nice idea. Just live with your mates and stuff.
Yeah, and having a kitchen between 3 is so nice, because I think this year, my third year, I've got a kitchen between 11, which is still good. But like 11 people in a kitchen, it's going to get crowded and I suppose dirty, so that's not ideal.
No, I had a flat.
Yeah.
I was quite lucky. I had a flat in college this year that had a kitchen between 4 of us, but because it was like the only kitchen, like we were like the only people with a flat with a kitchen, it meant a lot more people came to use it. So it wasn't always the most pleasant place, but no, it was definitely very, very good having a kitchen.
Did you host lots of pre's there? Pre-drink?
Yeah, way too many. Honestly, there were more nights that like you can probably count the number of nights that we weren't hosting people on like your 2 hands over the course of the year.
The people that sort of are at the front of the college and like control who goes in and out, but also like they parole the grounds and make sure everyone's staying quiet and things. But what are your porters like with you guys having pre's and things? Are they strict or are they quite lenient? Or?
They're really chill. I think like obviously, I think they let it happen. Like they don't really care unless someone complains. If someone complains, then obviously like it kind of needs to stop, especially if it's getting late. But I think most people work things out between themselves. But yeah, the porters generally keep it like very like civil and nice. I've not actually ever actually been around when a porter's had to like come and ask people to like shut it down. It's only happened a handful of times, but yeah, the porters in Trinity are so lovely. Like honestly, I've never met like a more welcoming bunch of like a group of people. Like I think they're so nice. And like you're always really friendly with them. Like you get to know them over the course of your degree and stuff. And they're just really lovely people to chat to.
That's really nice, because I suppose every time you go into college through the main gate, you're always going to see them. So it's nice to have like familiar smiley faces every time you go in, and like I suppose it makes it feel more like home. So that's really cute, like a big nice community and family, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, and like
also before you mentioned about, oh sorry, go on.
Like they're so sweet. So like I lost in first year, so I injured my knee pretty badly, and so I was obviously struggling and stuff. And so like one of the porters was like, you need to go hospital, and like they paid for like a taxi up to hospital for me, and then like out of the college's budget, and like continued to pay for me to get up to hospital every time I had like appointments with physio and stuff as well. Like it was really sweet of them. Like they didn't have to do it, but they offered, and like they were like, it's fine, like honestly. So yeah.
That's so nice. Oh,
Yeah.
It just does really feel like a family. And I suppose that like leads back to like the college family scheme. So like before you mentioned about college parents, I was just wondering if you could sort of like really quickly describe the college family scheme.
Yeah. So every first year that comes in will be assigned a college parent or two. So who normally do the same subject as them. So like you just got someone to mentor you in that. And so I've got like a biochemistry college mum and a physics college dad. They're both lovely. I mean, like some families are closer than others. Like I don't see them around much, because they're third years now, so they're living up in North Oxford. So I haven't seen them much this year. But like every time I do, like I always stop and have a really nice chat. Them like, and it's definitely really, really nice having that support at the start of when you first start off at Oxford. Like I remember the five of us all doing biochem for Trinity in my year. We when we got our first essay, we were all like panicking, being like, don't know what textbooks to use. Like we didn't get a reading list or anything. We literally just got a question, so we were just panicking, like, don't know what textbooks to use, like what and stuff. So like we were all messaging our college parents asking for advice, and like they'd like help us out. I've had like my college one of the other biochemists in the year above, who's effectively my adopted college dad, gave me all his like lab books for the first 2 years of his degree. So that's been super helpful, because I am not a fan of labs at all. And
Me and Conor throw like water-filled gloves at each other in labs. My lab partner always gets annoyed because me and Conor always wander off to talk to each other. Don't get any work done. I'm
the biggest liability in labs in the year, I think. Not an understatement there.
Talking of fun, let's talk about like events at college, and I think one is BOPs. So these are like big organized. I think they're big organized parties, is what it stands for. And it's just like, well, I mean, it's college. So let's hear about your experience at Trinity.
So we have 3 a term. Like one after we do collections at the start of term, one like 4th or 5th week, and then one 7th week.
And just explain what collections are really quickly.
Oh yeah, collections are just kind of little mock exams you do at the start of term, up to your tutors whether they set them or not. My biochemistry tutors for Trinity are very exam focused, so we get collections like every term. But you have to revise them if you don't want to. They don't count towards anything. Like obviously they're good practice to have marked exams, but like there's no like proper pressure about them. I've hadn't done very well in most of mine, but like this year I've started putting a bit more work. But yeah, sorry. So we normally do them on like Fridays and Saturdays of the first before we start like lectures and stuff again next week, and then we have a BOP on the Saturday night. So it's really nice just to like just come back and meet everyone again, like just have a party before term starts again. Like there's a theme every time the entertainment reps choose that. So we've had like a load of things like dresses your subject, what's it called? Sinners and Sins or something. I can't remember. Like everyone's like dressing up devils and stuff.
Yeah.
Like we have like a Halloween one as well. Yeah, like the themes are really creative, and yeah, it's up to people whether they want to put in much effort for their costumes and stuff. Like in my first year, like people weren't really that into getting dressed up and stuff, but the current first years are like they put in a lot of effort. Their costumes have been really good, and it is fun because like the more people you dress up, like just you can just have like a laugh with you stuff about their costume. It's good crack.
So there's a guy in Somerville who, like, every single bot will think of a costume that he can make out of a cardboard box, and so he just walks around the bot in like massive cardboard box, just like not being able to even hold his drinks because it's such a big costume. So rogue. Are your bots helping your bar?
Yeah, they're in the beer cellar. Yeah, it's nice. Like you can, like it can get a bit crowded, but like you just have to go upstairs and like have a like go outside and like some people have a smoke there, but yeah, some people will just like stand around and chat with their drinks and just have some fresh air for a bit. Yeah, our bops end at 12 or something, 12:30 maybe. So up to you if you want to like just go to bed or I wouldn't do that, but or like continue pre's or go out to a club after the bop ends. Yeah, they're really good fun.
Have you got any fun stories from any bops?
Well, we've been doing like bop sets, so basically this term, so last time even, so basically like just like a group of mates, you can sign yourself up, you can like DJ for the for like half an hour or something. So me and a few friends did that, and like generally in most of our bops, like the theme has like, so the music's normally been very very cheesy, but we changed it up, and like, so we're having some like classic grime tunes and stuff, and then just throw it in with some rogue tunes, like just like let's just change it up, and then the fire alarm went off in the middle of our set, so it got cut short. But yeah, it's suspicious. They were kind of suspicious that one of the bar staff pressed it because we had some trouble with the bot before, but there's any allegations at the moment. Nothing's been proven.
That's so cool that like there's like a range of music at your bops, because at some of our bops it's very much like cheese, like throwbacks and cheese, like the way.
Yeah, our bops.
I mean, I definitely get that.
Our bops are definitely like very cheese orientated in my first year, and then like our new Nth reps then introduced the bop set, so so people could just change it up a little bit. I think it's a really good idea, and like, so obviously people do like cheese, especially at bops. It is like a vibe for cheesy tunes, but yeah, having it all the time was a bit repetitive. So yeah, we changed it up, but we still have like cheese like for like some of the night at the end, especially.
And are there any like specific like Trinity clubs that you go to after a bop? So like Somerville go to Fever all the time after bops. Is that like a
dead Fever? And well, a couple of friends of mine, we've been going to Thirst a lot, which is this this bar opposite one of the main clubs, Park End, and it's really good actually. It's like a shisha bar, and it's yeah, I think especially on like Sundays we would go at like 2 in the morning because it's the only thing open on Sundays, because we want to do like a week straight of clubbing. So most clubs have their like their kind of designated night, but we were like, why is there nothing for Sunday? So so we started making Sunday Sunday Thirst trips into a thing.
that will never ever be a thing for me. Sunday nights out are
to be fair, it's not the great start to your week, especially when like you had a few drinks and then you're walking past the kebab van on the way back, and inevitably you get tempted, and then you wake up for lectures on Monday morning just feeling a little bit rough. It's not the way to start the week.
What's your designated kebab van? So for those who don't know, like all colleges in Oxford have like a designated kebab van, and it's like you're a traitor if you don't go to that particular one. So which one is the one for Trinity?
Hassan's is Trinity's go-to. It's literally goes every Monday. It is a 10 out of 10 kebab van. I would highly recommend. I've even got merch. I can actually see if I can get the hoodie for it. Then
I'd love to see some merch.
Yeah, so
So ours are both Solomon's, but
yeah, got
no,
a Hassan's hoodie.
that's where you're in Oxford.
I was given this for free actually by Hassan himself for I think probably for being such a loyal customer over my first year. Yeah, definitely. We have good
That is the claim to fame.
yeah, we have good band with the guys who work there as well. Like we see one of them in the club every now and then as well. So yeah, we have a laugh, and we've been able to like get a picture taken of us in the kebab van as well. It's good.
I saw that on your Facebook. That's so cool.
Yeah, we got some Oxforders like being mean to us about it. I think it was definitely people being jealous that they didn't get a picture with Hassan in his kebab van.
Kebab vans are like a huge weird culture at Oxford, but and maybe I didn't even know if it was at Cambridge, but it definitely is at Oxford. So yeah, I guess that's like a little quirk to Oxford living. What about balls at Trinity? Like, how often do you have them? And are they big or small? Or...
Well, yes, I think we have ours every 3 years. Ours was supposed to be like literally like the weekend just gone, I think, but yeah, it's been cancelled. I think postponed till next year. So yeah, I don't know a lot about our balls. Yeah, haven't been to one, but I think they're pretty good. Ours were kind of on the expensive end. I think the tickets were like 180, maybe no, sorry, 200.
Okay.
And then I think, and then it's subsidized if you are like from a low income background or something. So I think like the like kind of lower tier prices for those students, I think was like 100 or something. So still expensive, but like big chunk of it like taken off. But yeah, I think we had, was it like Rudimental? I think was supposed to be at ours. I think.
Whoa!
I don't know if I'm mixing that up with something else, but I think it might be Rudimental. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see what it's like going to be like for next year, though.
Yeah, that's so cool. I mean, I suppose like it is expensive, but you get a lot for your money. Like, I know it's just a lot of money for one night. It's like an incredible night that you'll never experience again. So I suppose.
Yeah, but it's like it's open bar, and it's like it's once every 3 years. It's like you're going to every year or whatever. So it's like a once in a degree experience. So.
I love that you have Rudimental and we had an ABBA tribute band. That was our big headline act, was the ABBA tribute band. But then our tickets were £90, so I suppose swing around that. A different question for you now. Which college is the most different to yours, do you think?
I don't know. It's like a really hard question to answer because I definitely didn't make the most of kind of visiting other colleges and stuff. I was definitely kind of kept myself in Trin a lot, just out of like not anything like bad. I just kind of had like my friendship group in Trinity and that, so I didn't really kind of bother exploring around other colleges or trying to become a BNOC or anything. I guess Trinity is quite old and like kind of like the forms are very like so like old dining halls. I guess maybe like one of the more modern colleges is probably quite different. Maybe like Cats because like it's quite modern and stuff, and also it's got like a massive student body. Like isn't it like I don't know how many people per year, but like definitely I think more than double the size of Trinity. So I guess that that does change like the dynamics of like the year quite a lot because for us like everyone knows everyone in the year, and especially in first year I think I was definitely could like float around pretty much most friendship groups within the year, and it was like that was really nice. You could just turn up to like a hall, have dinner or whatever, and just sit down with like pretty much anyone in the year and have like a nice conversation and stuff with them. Whereas I reckon probably if you have a bigger cohort, you're less likely to kind of be on that level with everyone. But I guess it has its pros and cons, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I mean, definitely by look, St. Catherine's College is completely different to Trinity. Like it is very, very modern, lots of glass, lots of concrete, I suppose. Yeah, so I suppose by looks and I guess from size as well, it's very different to Trinity. Okay, so if you couldn't apply to Trinity, then where would you have applied and why?
I was very close to applying to Brasenose. I was stuck between Trinity and Brasenose. I think I just preferred like just kind of the vibe in Trinity I had when I was walking around it, because yeah, they both had like, so when I was saying like how I kind of narrowed down based on how many tutors, Trinity and Brasenose had the most. And yes, I hadn't seen them on open days, so like just one day over summer, me and my dad came to Oxford, and just asked if we could like go around most colleges, like the colleges I had on my list. So pretty much all of them were like, yeah, sure, like have a look. Apart from Pembroke, they didn't let us in for some reason, so I never got to see it. So I never applied there. But yeah, so like all the porters were really nice. They just be like, yeah, just like have a wander around and stuff. Some would like even had like all like their prospectuses just like kind of in the lodge to hand. So yeah, that was really nice. But yeah, Brasenose is really beautiful, to be fair. I was also thinking about Wadham, because I was encouraged by like 70% state school applicants or something. But so like for me, I was kind of apprehensive about the whole kind of private school culture, and I honestly had no idea that Trinity had like a reputation of being a very schooly college. But like that's definitely like not really the case like in like now and in the future, to be fair. But like yeah, I was definitely encouraged by like that stat from Warden, but I ended up going for Trinity. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. And what was it about Trinity that really did make the decision between Brasenose and Trinity? Is there one particular thing that made you think, you know what, like I want Trinity to be home?
I'm just trying to think back to that day in the summer when I was in Oxford with my dad, and I think it was just the space in Trinity. Like Brasenose is very beautiful, but the quads are kind of very kind of closed off. Like it's in like the middle of Oxford, like it's like right next to the Radcam and stuff, so there's not a lot of space. Like the quads are quite kind of closed off, whereas Trinity's like really open. Like so much grass. I think it's like some weird stats, like Trinity's got like the highest like grass to student ratio or something. But it's there's just so much open space, and like, yeah, you can go on the lawns and everything. So I felt like it was just like a really like just nice place to be, and I could just see myself chilling there. Like yeah, if I were to get in, I did.
You did. And I suppose it's great because, like you said, Trinity is so central. Like it's on the main, like a really busy street called Broad Street, and it literally looks onto the Sheldonian Theatre where people graduate and matriculate.
Yeah.
And it still has so much land, which you'd expect more from a college that's a bit further out the city. So that's so good.
I think yeah, Trinity's like got a really good balance of being central enough, so it's like it's really not far to walk anywhere. Like yeah, all like the main shops are like a minute or two walk away, but then it's like not quite like in between. Like it's not quite like on the high street or anything. So it's got a little bit more space than the colleges that are in that location, and especially for sciences, Trinity is really well located because it's kind of between central and the science area. So like I can literally wake up at like 10 to 9 for my lectures and make it nearly
it on time, Conor?
Nearly on time.
I've got 2 more questions for you, so I won't keep you too much. One thing that I'm really interested in and that I've been hearing about is that loads of different colleges have weird traditions that are like college specific. Do you know of any like college specific traditions at Trinity?
There is one I can think of, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say it.
How bad is it?
We've got the 3 L's challenge, so if you have to shag in the library, the lawns, and the laundry room.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that is definitely a tradition, I suppose. But I wonder how far that dates back. Because in like Oriel, they like burn the boat at the end of the bumps competition, which I thought was really cool, and they have like a big party while the boat's burning. So yeah, I suppose like different colleges have like a wide range of different traditions. Yeah, and did your college have any like, rivalries with the colleges?
Yeah, we've got a big rivalry with Balliol because it's right next door to it, to us even, and it's kind of a bit embarrassing because I think that rivalry stemmed from like back kind of 50, 60 years ago. Balliol was like very progressive, like it was like had let like women in for like 100 years. They like were they offered like I think what's it called, like scholarships, sorry, to Indian students, and Trinity was definitely against that and wanted to keep it very much white British focused, and only let women into the college in like the 60s or something. So I think that's where our rivalry stemmed from, which is obviously now we can see we were majorly in the wrong there, but like yeah, like nowadays like there's nothing like that still in Trinity. Like we still like there's no kind of underlying issues anymore like that. But like that rivalry with Balliol is still kind of there. I haven't heard of anything like yeah, I don't think much has happened while I've been in college, but like you hear stories of stuff like Trinity and Balliol students like sneaking into each other's colleges and like putting stuff in like the pot, like a pond or something or whatever, or like I don't know, like throwing toilet roll or something over the wall between us or something like. Yeah, but nothing's actually happened while I've been there. So.
And do you have like chants, like taunting Balliol?
Not that I actually know of, no. I don't think so.
Because some colleges have like chants. I know Peters has a chant that like is like taunting people and say like Teddy Hall. So yeah, it's all good fun, all good natured fun.
Yeah.
So last question: what's your favourite place in college? If you could pick to be anywhere in college, where would it be?
I know I've said this like probably a million times in this interview before, but just sitting on the lawns in the summer with like some dark fruits on the side with your mates, just having a laugh. It's like it's the best place to be. Like just have, like, and you make like such good friendships in Oxford, and it's just really nice to just kick back and relax with them, with the people you meet, and yeah, and especially in like such a pretty environment with like the old college buildings like off to the side and stuff. It's so beautiful. Like it's a shame that we missed it this year, especially like because we've got like no exams and stuff, so it would have been perfect opportunity to just chill out term. But I'm sure like we'll make the most of it, and then next year
definitely make up for it. Yeah, and we've still got 2 more years left because biochemistry is a 4-year course, so got time to make up for it. Yeah, thank you so much for coming here today, Conor. I really appreciate you talking to me about Trinity. It sounds so incredible, and if I would have picked Somerville, probably would have picked Trinity. So you sold it well. But yeah, it's been really lovely talking to you. Yeah, and see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.